Welcome to That's Good for Footy.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. It's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Come on, a little bit louder than that. Let them know that you're out here. Yeah, that's a bit better. All right, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Welcome along to the Mentone RSL. Welcome along. Wednesday, December the 11th, this show is. Hawthorn night. We've got two lovely young men standing out the back, shivering and shaking at the moment. No, they're not. They're as keen as mustard to get out here. But Merry Christmas to you all. Great to have you all along. Thanks for making the effort to come down here, and let's have some fun with you. As I like to say, welcome to the It's Good Footy panel show. This is a live and interactive footy panel show. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. These are for the passionate supporters. Hello, Sandy. You going all right down there? Yeah, you will? Okay. This show allows you to see the players be themselves. I'm ready. Let's go. Hawthorn show, December the 11th, 2024. Please welcome to the show our first panellist. He was born on the 5th of June, 2001. He's played a total of 70 games and he's kicked a total of 13 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2020. And when he plays for the Hawthorn Football Club, he wears the number 12 on his back. Could you please welcome to the show, Will Day?
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bunks with a grin at Hawthorn. Come on,
There you go.
find a stride.
Thank you. Very nice. That's lovely. Very respectful, all right? You're not mindful that we've got another player to come out. They are a bit of contestants too. But very, very mindful that we've got another boy to come out, and Will's first time, so you take it nice and easy on him. Mate, first of all, it's a beautiful day in Melbourne. You've made the trek down here to Mentone. I realise you only live around the corner or something, don't you?
Yeah, it was really easy for me, about 10 minutes. So I was
perfect.
stoked,
Well
yeah.
done.
Stoked.
Well done. Good on you. So, beautiful day in Melbourne. He's come to meet all of you and spend some time with you all. I hope that your day's been well. How was your day? What did you get up to?
Yeah, I had the day off today, so went and did a bit of recovery with a few of the other boys and a bit of life admin and stuff, but yeah, pretty easy.
How's the shoulder?
Yeah, going really well.
Yeah.
I think I'll be back in sort of full training as of next week with contact and stuff. So I've been itching at the bit to get back in and seeing all the boys get back into footy drills. So yeah, exciting.
How funny is it that when you talk about an injury, can you go anywhere else on the planet where people congratulate you for, getting better again? I mean, it's fantastic. Well done. Good to see that you're on the mend.
Yeah, I had a lot of the same conversations with a lot of people asking how I was. So
Rehab's like that.
Yeah, it's nice to say now that I'm finally back to 100%.
Good on you, mate. Well, great to have you here. Thanks for being here. Let's get our second panellist out here. He was born on the 25th of May in 2004. He's played a total of 42 games and he's kicked a total of 14 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2023. When he plays for the Hawthorn Football Club, he wears a pretty famous number. It's the number 23. Could you please welcome him to the stage? His name, Josh Weddle.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bunks with a grin at Hawthorn. Come on, you'll find a
How's that?
smile.
Very good. Nice of you to be so cordial and welcome Josh to the stage. They both come out. They've got beautiful smiles. They're all looking at you guys going, hey, how good's this? Where are we? This is great. You're on a That's Good Footy panel show. These things run like this, Josh. You'll have a good time tonight. How was your day today, mate?
Yeah, I had a good day. I was actually down the beach today in Portsea.
Nice.
And then also played some golf at Royal Melbourne.
Oh, the life.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How'd your golf game go?
We won't talk about that, but
The sun was shining though. That was
yeah, it was a good
part
day,
about it.
so it made it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And then I had dinner with Daisy, so
Yeah.
it's been good.
Nice, mate. Well, welcome along. We hope you enjoy tonight. I'm sure you will. Let's get stuck in. We're going to do it in our first little segment. It's called What About Me? So I'm going to start actually with you, Josh. I just want to go into a little bit of your journey to get to where we are now. Josh, you were pick 18 in the 2022 National Draft via Templestowe, Kerry Grammar, Oakley under-18s. As a defender, you were averaging 14 disposals a game and being at an elite level when it comes to your handball game. Tell us what it was like being picked up by the Hawthorn Football Club.
It was a good journey, to be honest. As a small junior, I wasn't expecting to be a key defender by the end of it. And then, lucky enough to play some good footy at Oakley and Carey, and had a few meetings with Hawthorn during my 18th year, and when it came to draft night, wasn't expecting Hawthorn to pick me up. So when they did, it was a big surprise. And if you did watch draft night, I was pretty keen when I heard my name out to Hawthorn, so I was very happy.
Did you boys watch the current crop go through draft night? Did you see their reactions and so forth? And did it bring back any memories?
Yeah, well, they were all on the second night. You sort of see the delayed reactions and stuff, it takes you back. I was at home as well when I found out, and it's pretty cool. You'd like to be there on the first night and at the event, but being at home with all your family and friends, I think it makes it a bit better. Absolutely.
Can I ask, in relation to your height, when did you sprout? Like at what age? Or maybe not age, but were you at Templestowe, were you at Carey, or was it at Oakley? Which?
It was during the COVID years, so 2020, 2021, okay. And I was 16, 17. Yep. During the middle of 2020 to 2021, I grew 6 inches.
Wow. So, jeez. Bring on COVID, he says. That's not bad, mate. Well done.
It was blessing in disguise.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk a little bit about you, Will. You were picked 13 in the 2019 National Draft via Camden, Sacred Heart and West Adelaide in the Sandful. As a midfielder, you're averaging 19 disposals a game and also above average in both handballs and tackling. Tell us what it was like for you being picked up by the Hawthorn Football Club.
Yeah, it was pretty special. A bit like Weds, I didn't know Hawthorn were looking like a candidate to pick me, so when they did, having Grandpa played for the club as well, it was pretty special, and he was over at my house, and when I got called out, we got his old premiership Guernsey out and things like that, so it was pretty surreal, and we're all pretty stoked that Hawthorn, being such a famous club and the family club as well, was pretty cool.
That's brilliant. I love that. I want to talk about this because we all have jobs, in some way, shape or form. Your first day at your new job, you've been around the footy landscape at different levels, as I've just read out, both at Carey and obviously in South Australia as you went through your junior levels. But how was it stepping into a full-time professional career? Tell us what the emotions were like and what was running through your mind on your first day when you had to turn up to the Hawthorn Football Club. Did you know where to park? Did you know which door to go into? Was it all very daunting on you? Who was the first person that greeted you? What was that experience like?
It was very daunting. Now, since we've been at the club for a few years, you're doing the same thing every day, and it's just very monotonous. But whereas when you're first in, you're sort of wide-eyed and don't really know what's going on. And I still remember I came into the change room, and when I was there was still some older guys that were pretty impressive footballers. So I came in, and Jack Gunson's 19, so saw him, and then Isaac Smith was 16, so see him as well. And the first thing that Isaac said to me was, you're lucky you're not a girl with a chest like that, because I was so skinny. So that was a nice way to be welcomed into the club.
Arsehole. Yeah. How's that? That's not bad though, I like it. Yeah, right. What was yours like, Josh? Tell me about your experience turning up. Nothing quite as daunting as that, I would imagine.
Probably nothing like that, to be honest. I think by the time I got there, all those older guys sort of out the door. Yeah. And I think Gunners was also gone, but then he also came back my second year. So
take that.
I think it was pretty good. Like my first day, my mum and dad and my sisters didn't come because they were busy, but I brought my best mate along for my first day, not to train with me, but it was just a tour of the club and meet the players and stuff.
Bit of moral support as well.
Yeah, it was good. I was obviously pretty nervous because I think it was the draft was the night before, so had pretty much no sleep because I was just I was over the moon. And
that's brilliant.
Yeah, I think got to the club and everyone was so nice, and I was this is pretty unreal meeting everyone, and obviously watching all the guys on TV was pretty surreal.
Yeah. There you go. There's a surreal moment for you. Tell us what growing up for you was like. Tell us a little bit more about your family and your childhood. Tell us something that we wouldn't be able to find off Wikipedia. Tell us something about you. Either one of you. Doesn't matter who goes first.
For me, growing up, obviously having grandpa played and dad was a pretty handy footballer but didn't quite make it. So between the two of them, they saw a bit of talent in me. So they rode me pretty hard. So I grew up being a bit of a perfectionist on the footy field. So there'd be some games where if I didn't play as well as I thought I did, I'd be in tears as a young junior when I was real young. So that sort of stuck with me all the way through, and still got a little bit, not tears these days, but yeah, still when I haven't played the best, like I'm pretty hard on myself.
Wow. Is there something that you've, the playing group or say the coaches have tried to instill in you to not be as hard on yourself, to just obviously try and get the perfection, the best out of yourself, but what have you tried to do to sort of balance that out?
Yeah, I think I've worked quite a bit with the psych at the club. When I first got to the club, if I made a mistake in a game, I would have been holding on to it for the rest of the game, whereas now I've got a much better mindset and just have a bit of a cue of what's next. And I think it comes with having confidence at the level that even if you do make a mistake, you know you're good enough to move past it. And I think it just took a bit of time, but now I'm, much better for it and
good on you, mate.
Go in with a much healthier attitude.
Yeah, nice. Very good. So your circumstance, when I talk about family and childhood, just stuff that we wouldn't know or we couldn't find out by Googling it?
Yeah, probably a little bit similar to Daisy, but my dad, obviously, his dream was to play AFL footy as well, and wasn't as good. I was good enough to make it, and I was I'm the only boy. Got two older sisters, and he rode me pretty hard and trained me pretty hard to get the best out of it, because he knew I really enjoyed playing footy, and I think he sort of wanted me to live out his dream as well.
For sure.
So I would always early on, he would always want to go for a kick for about 2-3 hours before my game, the day before.
Okay.
And then we'll pretty much be playing a game, and then the next day I'd play an actual game. And I look back on it and I was pretty grateful for it, because we worked pretty hard, and I was 10 years old.
That's brilliant.
Wow. And then getting older, I was just telling Dad, let's go for that kick.
Yep.
We worked pretty hard on craft and all that, and yeah.
That's good. The reason I ask that question, because it leads me into this one, which is share with us your childhood memories of your early days, reminiscing about going to the footy, either at junior level or local AFL games. Maybe you jumped on the train, jumped on the bus, you all piled into the car and headed off to it. What are your first memories of you getting involved in football?
For me, growing up in Adelaide, it was always going to Amy Stadium. I just remember showdowns. Everyone in Adelaide would be trying to go to them, and they're pretty big games. So I just remember going to them, seeing some of the sort of old Crows players, old Port players, and still had very much a soft spot for Hawthorn. But obviously, growing up around Adelaide, I sort of idolised a few guys for those two teams. So that was pretty cool for me. Yeah,
brilliant. Your memories?
I was a North Melbourne supporter growing up.
Okay.
No longer anymore.
He didn't say he killed anyone, he just said he barracked for North Melbourne.
I said was. Dad was a very big North supporter, so I had to, obviously go for the team that he went for, because he said, I'm not going to take you any footy games if you don't go for them.
Wow.
So I was like, all right. I'll go for North then.
Yeah.
I just remember catching the train in and just watching North lose.
Game after game after game.
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty glad I didn't go there, to be honest. It was pretty funny. But I enjoyed going to the games with my dad and watching North, and sometimes my sister would come along, and the whole time I'd be teaching her how the game works, because she had no idea.
Wow, that's brilliant. I love it, guys. Let's talk a little bit about season 24. Tell me, what did you most enjoy about season 2024, both from a personal perspective and from a club perspective?
I think as a club, the way we were able to turn our season around, going 0-5, and at times it was pretty grim coming into the club, and we still kept our good vibes, but I think everyone internally was a bit worried, but we sort of stuck to the process, and the way we were able to turn it all around was pretty inspiring. To get not just a decent season, but have our best season in a while from such a setback early was pretty cool. So,
Sure.
And yeah, personally watching the boys play finals, like, it was pretty hard for me to watch, but seeing them go about it, and our brand of footy stuck up really well in finals footy. So I love watching that. And then more personally, probably now that I reflect, I think having the 2 injuries in one season, I think at the time it's, pretty shitty. But now that I look back, I can just keep learning things about myself and building a bit of resilience as well. So that's probably what I've taken out of it now.
Nice, well said, Will. Josh, from your perspective, both club and you personally, how did you rate 2024 as a season?
It was obviously an interesting up and down season for us, and we obviously always talk about like the Gold Coast game as like a turning point for us. Really, like, that game really just turned the season around for us. In terms of just recognising what we actually need to do and how we're going to get better. I think for me personally, it was went into the season, like, I was still a little bit nervous if I was going to get picked or not here and there. And then I was obviously lucky enough to play all the games and not get injured and whatnot. But it was, I think, with when Blanky went down with an ACL early on, that was like pretty hard, because I was pretty close with him in the back line. And then ended up playing as like a key for most of the year, and I wasn't really expecting it. So I had to like put on a few kilos to start the year to be able to play on bigger opponents, and I actually really enjoyed it, and I think it really actually helped my game to elevate and be better in the contests, and add more strings to my bow. And I really enjoyed the year, and I thought I played a lot more consistently than my first year, and I'll go into next year confident that I'll do even better.
Fantastic, I love it. You must love hearing that. This is them speaking from the heart. I love it. Thanks, boys. Very well said. Give us a little bit of insight about the 2 new additions to the club, Josh Battle, I speak of, and Tom Barrass. How exciting is the prospect of having those 2 now down back for you in 2025? You'll be witness to it more than anybody, Josh, firsthand. What are your thoughts and what are you seeing?
Battle is a surprisingly really good runner.
Yeah.
And I obviously you don't really know that because you don't see them at training and stuff. And
You got a bit of competition.
Yeah, competition. So I do enjoy it, but he's still a little bit behind, but that's all right. It's good. I've liked the new additions. Brass is obviously a very handy player, and already passing down his knowledge to me and some of the other younger guys as well. And Battle will be a good new addition as well, and able to free up a few guys like myself and Sis and whatnot.
Absolutely. And the circumstance of strengthening the back line, as you just said, Sis can maybe now move into a forward type role, but you've got runners like Amon and so forth off the back that you'll be playing very closely with. Great new additions. What are you seeing from it, Will, and how's it going to strengthen your game as well?
I think initially having 2 good people come into the club is a big tick. I think that's what we've prided ourselves on as a club, is just bringing in good people and also good athletes and good players. But they're great for our culture, and in terms of on the field, it's a pretty exciting prospect that from round 8 onwards, I think we were just about the best back line, and then to add 2 weapons to that, it's pretty exciting. And it's nice to have a lot of trust in our defenders being a bit further up the ground, and if it doesn't go our way in the midfield, we know we can count on the defenders.
Bloody awesome. Very exciting. I wanted to ask you this because you both spoke about the point of your old man going for North Melbourne and you coming from South Australia. What I wanted to know is, does the family now barrack for the Hawthorn Football Club, or are there any fence sitters? And I just don't talk about siblings or parents or maybe uncles and aunties. How many of them have all come across and said, hey, we're all, number one, we're on with you now?
Well, my dad has finally swapped his North membership over.
Oh, there you go. All right.
So that took him.
You had the last laugh. I like it.
So it took him a little while to do it. I finally got his back about it.
Good on you, mate.
He was going on about it's 35 years, can't get rid of it. I'm like, I don't care. Get rid of it.
Well done.
And then, yeah, it's a bit funny because like my auntie and a few of mum's friends like never really cared about footy.
Yep.
And now they've got like Ponsford stand memberships and like stuff. And I'm like, do you even care about footy? And they go, yeah, we do now. And I was like, oh,
Great.
okay.
Oh, that's so good. That's very nice, Will.
Oh, I reckon I've got just about everyone I know on the Hawks train. For the family, it was pretty easy having grandpa as well, so that was easy. But yeah, all my sort of mates and extended family, I think they got a bit tired of the fishbowl of Adelaide, so yeah, they've branched out a bit, which is nice.
Good on you, mate. Tell us this, who's been your best mate since arriving at the club? Who's your best mate at the Hawthorn Football Club since you arrived there?
There's been a few. I'm living with Dylan Moore now,
Okay.
and having him a few years older than me, he's been a great role model. He's one of the hardest working at the club, and his leadership as well is really impressive. So
yeah.
he's one that I've gravitated to, and yeah, we're pretty close.
If I can just throw my 2 cents worth in, I had him on the show either middle of last year or the year before, speaking about his transition going through the Box Hill Hawks and winning the flag down there and then coming through. Absolute gem of a player. Wonderful person, great level-headed, good football brain. Couldn't wish for a better person to learn from. Your circumstance, who's been your best mate since you rocked up at the club?
Probably an easy one. Cam McKenzie. Like we got obviously drafted together, and obviously it's still pretty early on for me. Like Daisy's had I think 2-3 seasons ahead of me, and yeah, me and Cam like just have like this weird bond where it's like we don't really need to talk to each other. We just understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's good.
And yeah, obviously like all the guys that I got drafted with, like obviously a few got delisted in the past season, which was bit of an eye-opener. Like it's like you're losing some of your real close mates, so it's part of the business. And I'm trying to push two of the other boys who aren't regularly playing to make sure that they're going to get into the side and get more contracts and stuff.
Good support. Good support network. Tell us what was the emotion like for you when you first put the jumper on for the first time. Well, I use 2 examples. One, when you put it on for the first time, but you're about to run out in it for the first time. What was that emotion like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I feel like Hawthorn do a good job of when you get drafted, you learn a lot about the history of the club, and we're really big about recognising the players that have played before you. And so knowing the history in such a proud club, they make it a really big deal when you are debuting. So it was pretty cool getting handed your first Guernsey. And in terms of running out, it was a bit different for me. My first year was COVID year. So I was versing Collingwood at GWS's home ground in front of about 2,000 people. So probably a bit different to Weds' first game.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's your journey, and that's part of what we're discussing. So tell us about you, Josh. You look down and you go, hey, brown and yellow, or brown and gold, and you're wearing it and you're going, oh, how good does this look? I look good in this.
Yeah, I always, I don't know, it's like I always, before a game, have a good look at the jumper and look at the number on the back and just remember who's played before me, and I try and embrace a little bit of them who had played before me in that jumper. And obviously I've had 2 different numbers already in my first 2 seasons, so very grateful to be wearing the 23 now as well. And I think going out there and just playing the way that the brown and gold do, and obviously try and play a little bit like Dermy with the mullet, but maybe not as much as what he used to. But I'm not going to run through what was it? What did he run through again? The Essendon huddle or something? I'm not going to do that. But yeah, very, very grateful to always put on the brown and gold jumper.
And get that strut going on, mate, that pigeon chest, and see how you go. Can you remember how sore you were the day after your first real hit out, and how did you feel emotionally after the experience?
For me, I probably remember more the first pre-season. That really took a toll. Like I remember I was staying at Luke Bruce's house for the week, and he still remembers that every day after training, they thought I didn't like him because I'd be straight up to my room and wouldn't come down till dinner, and then I'd be straight back to my room, but it's because I'd been napping the whole time. I just remember being so tired and just sore, but it's nice now having a few more pre-seasons under my belt. I'm handling it a bit better.
And how are you feeling knowing that you're going into another one very shortly?
Yeah, well, we're into it now, and I mean, you always dread the time trials and things like that, but being back with the boys after a good break is, and we make it really fun, so we love it.
Is there a period, and you can both answer this, it's just the question I wanted to know is, how much do you miss the playing group when, the season's over and then you go through the Christmas period? Is it something that you crave when January, February comes back around and you're going to be playing pre-season matches? I know the fixture for that just came out the other day. Is it like that?
Yeah, well, when the season's over, it's like your body's just completely run down, and it's like the first couple of weeks off is really good, and then once you start kicking the footy again and doing running, it's like I'm so eager to get back.
Yeah.
And then pre-season comes around, and that January, February period, you're just itching for a game, and I think I'm already itching to play round 0 against Sydney. Just so keen for our schedule when you look at it, and you've already marked off a few games that you're excited for, and it's I'm very, very keen for next year.
Match seems one thing, but getting out there and actually playing, that's another one entirely. I just wanted to ask you, there are 720 players in the AFL system. You're the best at either what you do. In order to be either selected or considered, you have to be either outstanding at your craft or be gifted with natural ability. Recognising this is one thing, but being consistent at it is another. There is always pressure around selection. Coupled in with this is injury, form and setbacks that come along associated with that. This puts enormous pressure on you as a person. What is the one thing you do that keeps you consistent and focused?
I think for me, which is something that I have learned from the injuries I've had, is just staying process driven. I think early in my career, you really think about the results and where you want to get to straight away, but one thing I've been able to do now is just, instead of looking at the end goal, just breaking it up into little segments and
Best
really
way
just...
to eat an elephant.
Embracing the process as well. I think, trying to get the fun out of the mundane activities and things like that, and know that you just got to trust the process. So that's something I struggled with early, with a few early injuries in my career, but something now that I'm doing a lot better.
It is amazing. I know when I read that line out, that first line, and it says 720 players play AFL football. You're fortunate enough to be in that select group. So it's something that plays on you, that says, man, I'm playing AFL football. What do you do to remain consistent and focused, Josh, in order to be the best you can be?
Very similar to Daisy. Just always have small goals throughout the week, just making sure I get in the ice bath, sauna, tick everything off that I know that will get my body right. And obviously I'm still young, still figuring out what's best for my body, but slowly figuring that out, and just obviously knowing when to settle down and just allow the coaches to make sure that they know what they're doing and have all the knowledge to make sure that I'm going to be fit and healthy to play games. And when they tell me to sit out of a drill, I'll sit out of the drill, and then get off the track and make sure that I do the right recovery to make sure I can perform.
Diet play a large part of that for both of you as well?
Yeah, it's something I've sort of had to get better at.
Yeah.
I think coming in, everyone's pretty raw with what they're eating and things like that. So, it's something that's still a work in progress. But
I get it. What was your most favourite or most enjoyable game that you played in 2024?
Mine would probably have to be the Carlton game.
Okay.
Kicked some nice goals that game. So
yeah, that's good. That always helps. Yeah, nice. All right. Yeah, good. Will?
For me, there was a few games in Tassie that we just really clawed over the line. I think the one against Freo, it was a real arm wrestle all day, and we were able to get across the line. And it's those games where you probably didn't have much of a right to win them, but then when you get them, that feeling in the locker room after is pretty special. Excellent.
Speaking of locker room, there's locker room energy. It's something that can be infectious. Who's a player down at the club who thrives on this and who brings the excitement and vibe? Who would that be?
Jeez, we've got a few.
Yeah.
I think you guys could probably guess the names we're about to reel off, but
I've had a few of them on the show this year.
yeah, Guinea, CJ, Scrim's pretty funny in the locker room. I think ones that the most consistent is probably Jarzy. He's just the most energetic and bubbly person ever. So some days when you're feeling down, he just somehow gets it out of you, and I don't know how he does.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd probably say the same. Daisy's not saying himself, but, you know, Daisy's a little bit of a chatterbox in there sometimes. And then, yeah, probably Chol as well. Chol always makes me laugh, and it's never even funny, but...
he thinks it is, and then it becomes infectious. Yeah, I get it. I wanted to ask you this. How is it for you, and I know that you alluded to it before, but I also wanted to talk about it with you. How is it for you when you look at your locker and you see the players who have worn the jumper before you, you realise that more importantly than anything, you're a custodian of that jumper, of that number. Excuse me. But it is now your chance to put your stamp on it. How is it, have you had the chance to reflect on that?
Yeah, I guess when you come in the locker, you look up, and for me to see my grandpa's name with a premiership cup next to his name, I can't wait for the day that mine's there with him. That's going to be pretty special, and it gives me a bit of extra incentive to keep working. Yeah, a little bit. Good. Yeah, so nice. Gives you a bit of extra motivation.
Very well said, Will. Josh.
I've got a few players that I look up there and I go, wow, I'm wearing their number.
It is phenomenal. It really is.
So, yeah, it's very great footy. Obviously, wearing Buddy's number as a person that I loved watching growing up. Yeah. And he did kick 13 on North, so I remember watching that game.
There you go. There's one for the memory bank. I like it.
Yeah. And, yeah, I think... hopefully I'll grab a bit of each what they do really well and try and, obviously win a premiership just like they did and get my name up there like them.
Bloody beautiful. I love it. The MCG is spoken of in a manner of it being the hallowed piece of turf. Explain what it feels like to be out there at the centre bounce when the roar goes up. Is it everything you imagined and more?
Yeah, I think every time we step out there, I sort of just expect it to be become normal, but I don't think it ever will become normal, especially now that the crowds are starting to fill up again. When you're out there, it's just amazing, especially like when we played in Dusty's 300th, we went out and usually have a kick and the stadium's empty, but we went out this one time and I reckon there was already 20,000 people there, and when he kicked the first goal of that game, and we actually just stood there and just laughed at like how loud the crowd was. So I'm still in awe of it every time I step on there.
You know, the best thing about that question is what it does to your face. As soon as I ask it, there's just a broadened smile from ear to ear. So I love that. Explain your emotions.
Yeah, as a kid, I always loved running through a banner.
Yep.
And then always was really jealous that all the AFL players would run through one every week. So when I get to do it every week, it still feels like I'm still that little kid that I'm running out there. And when I do run through the banner and you look up and it's like, especially that Bulldogs game in the finals, it was like you couldn't see a seat. Like I was just like in awe. I'm like, holy shit, this is real. And it's like you're out in the ground and you can barely hear your teammates yelling at you from 10 metres away, and you're like, this is finals footy. So it was very amazing feeling that night. So plenty of more of those games.
Let's get back to the footy, huh? I love that. That is so cool. Which one of these things gets you pumped the most before a game? The smell of deep heat, I'm going back to junior years here, the smell of fresh cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, a footy in your hands, or the sound of the crowd?
I think for me it's pulling on the jumper. We all get together and we pull it on at the same time. We have a bit of a ritual, and when you're sort of looking at everyone in the eye and you're all ready to go out and do it together, that's what gets me up.
I've asked that question to at least half a dozen Hawthorn players in the season 2024, and they've all given that same answer. So that's how much it means. You can say anything else if you want, mate. But
I'd agree with him as well. But I do enjoy we always play one song before we run out in the ground.
Okay.
And whatever that song might be, it's just like,
all right,
it's game time.
It's go.
And it just gets me a little bit goosebumps here and there. And yeah, gets me ready to go. So
Good on you. I love it. The siren has gone. You're trailing by 5. Which player do you hope has got the ball in their hands to help you win the game?
Ooh, for me, probably Luke Bruce.
Yeah. He's brilliant.
Yeah,
Isn't he?
he's just been in so many of those situations.
So consistent.
And, he has the record for most consecutive without a behind, potentially.
Right. Yeah, I'm not.
I'd take him.
Brilliant.
I'll go Watto, just because he's gonna needs the experience now, and he's got the ice in the veins, so
Yeah.
he'll get it done for us from now on.
There you go. He's got a licence to do that, the wizard. You've taken a mark on the boundary line inside the forward 50 and the opposition fans are giving it to you over the fence. I'm sure that doesn't happen, but how much of what are they saying are you using as motivational stimulation, and how good is it when the ball actually sails over the goal umpire's head for a 6-pointer? What's your first reaction after that?
Well, yours is straight getting into him. I know that. I prefer to not let them know that I even heard him in the first
There you
place.
go,
So I'll
nice.
probably just blank him.
Excellent. I'm going to go with his answer for you. I like
His
that.
answer
That's
for
good.
me.
I want to know this one, though. You've just kicked a team lifting goal. You look up and you watch the replay on the big screen, okay? And you get this, you're doing a full old body fashion muscle body flex, right? Is there a point where you look at it and you go, that's not bad?
Well, I think for me, if I did that, I'd probably think, oh, that's shocking, because I probably don't have the frame to be doing a full flex. So, yeah.
I can't say I've actually done a flex after a goal.
Okay,
So
all right.
I normally throw my arms up in the air. I don't really know what to do. And then this year, I think Guinea and Watto have been getting in my head about it.
Yeah.
So I chucked a salute this year, and that worked.
Yeah, I liked it as well. If you had to comment on each other's playing style or speak of each other's key attributes, Will, what would you say about Josh? Josh, what would you say about Will?
Oh, I think everyone speaks about Weds' like raw power, but I think people don't give him enough credit for his footy smarts that's grown in the first season and a half. Like, you can have all the raw power you want, but you need to know sort of what patterns, and I think the way he's been able to become more damaging this season, I think he's still got the same power, but I think it's what's going on upstairs. So that's what I've been impressed with, and the fact that he's still only in his second year, I think that's just going to keep growing, and he's just becoming so reliable.
Brilliant. Love it.
Thanks.
Love it. Nice. You can reciprocate now, mate.
He was talking about how his small frame, or he's saying that he's skinny, but he's like generally the toughest bloke on the footy field. And yeah, he just does the hardest tackles and does the most incredible things out there, and he's like, how does he even do it? But he's also a very knowledgeable and very big leader off the field as well. Always talks up in meetings, and it's very impressive that he's just so knowledgeable, and maybe a future captain one day.
Oh, how good's that? That's pretty good. I can tell you too. I'm loving that. All right, that was really cool. When you were giving away their signed kids' footies at the end of the game, they bring out the bag and hand you a black check shirt and you start walking towards the boundary line, what are you looking for? What are you looking at? What are you going for?
I remember getting one when I was really young.
Yeah.
So I'm usually looking for sort of the youngest but also like a diehard Hawks fan. Like, I can see in their eyes just when they really want it. Like, you can see some that are sort of like, yeah, but when you see the eyes, you just go straight to them.
Oh, how good's that? Nice.
I normally just find like a really young child.
Okay.
Yeah, like a baby or something. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember my first footy I got was like when I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
And that was the only footy I ever got. So I always just look for someone that was like similar age when I first got it.
Brilliant, mate. I love that. Even better. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
It's pretty cool. I think when I first changed numbers, I think there was still a few old Brad Sauls running around, but it's pretty cool to see that. And I remember having my favourite players' numbers on my back, so it's pretty surreal. It doesn't feel real. But, yeah.
Oh, they're probably still just old buddy jumpers, to be honest.
No, that's done. He's been gone 10
No,
years.
it is very cool though. I
Yeah.
do, especially when it's like a fresh jumper, and I'm like, yeah, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Which club did you dislike the most when you were growing up?
For me, it was probably Port Adelaide. Like being in Adelaide, most of my mates were Crow supporters. I was didn't really have like my cousin played at Gold Coast, so I sort of followed Gold Coast a little bit. One of very few Gold Coast supporters, but yeah, I think Port Adelaide. Just when I'd go to a showdown, like it was pretty cool seeing that rivalry, and all of Adelaide was half Adelaide or half Port. So yeah, for some reason I just hated them because of it.
Makes sense, mate. Who's yours, mate? Who's yours?
I never really. Oh no, definitely Melbourne. I never really liked them.
Yeah.
Just something about them. They weren't very good when I was growing up either, but they'd always somehow find a way to beat North.
Right. And
I've still just got a hate for them.
That's nice. You can see the passion in his eyes. I felt that then. That was beautiful. Boys, last question in this segment here. What I want you to do, on the count of 3, I don't want you to look at each other, just maybe look up at the ceiling or look out into the crowd in audience in some way, shape or form. But give me your answer at the same time on the count of 3. Which club has got the most feral supporters? 1, 2, 3.
Collingwood.
There's your answer, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for him. Well done, guys. Brilliant. Thanks, fellas. Well done. See, that was an enlightening one. All right. The contestants look more nervous than the players. This is bizarre. Let's go, boys. Here comes your first question. How many premierships has your club won? Oh, where's?
13.
13 it is. There you go. You're off the mark. Who is your team's captain?
Dave.
Sis. There you go. All right. James Sicily it is.
All right.
1 each. Who wears number 6 at your club?
Dave.
Where's? Sis. There you go. 2. You're going to flip it over? You're getting all confident up there, but you're not doing anything. How many members did your club have or reach in season 2020? Ooh, where's? I'll get it.
80.
Closest to within 1,000.
3,000.
Oh, Jesus. 83,823. You got it. Well done. All right. You're on 3. Very good. You're onto it. Where did your team finish on the ladder?
Weds.
Oh, where's?
6th.
No. Day.
Just in this season.
Do you want me to finish the rest of the question for you?
Yeah.
Good. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season this year?
7th.
7th is correct. Well done. Jill's getting closer and closer, mate. All right. How many games did your team win this year? Where's?
14.
14 is correct. Well done. He's getting so confident he's turning it before you're answering now. What year did your team last win a grand final?
2015.
Oh, 2015. And the second part of the question is, who did they play?
Day.
Day?
Eagles.
Eagles, there you go. Point each, you can have that. How many points did you win that grand final by?
Where's? 60.
No. Day?
76.
No, it was 45. All right. This is for 2 points, guys. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2020?
Chol.
Yes, it was. In 2040, and for another point, because it's worth 2.
Yep.
How many goals?
36.
He's got 1 point.
37.
37 it is. There you go. 5 versus 4. It's getting cutthroat. Sam, where's the music? Oh. All right, here we go, boys. This is now for 3 points, okay? Player, year and votes. Who was the last
Day.
Day.
Tom Mitchell.
Yes.
2018.
Yes.
On 31 votes.
No, you got 2 points. Tom Mitchell, 2018, and how many votes would you say was?
28.
Yes, yeah, there you go. 30, no, 28. Yeah, perfect. There you go. He got that. That was beautiful. Well done.
Give at least 2.
Yeah, I think
You got 2.
I got 2. Yeah.
Yeah. 2-1. Yeah, which means the scores are 6-all. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you show the audience the 6? There you go. That's because they're the ones that want to see it. Perfect. I do too, but I get getting confused because I can keep seeing 5. But that's fine. Who has kicked the most amount of goals in the history of the Hawthorn Football
Wes.
Club? Ooh, Wes?
Jason Dunstall.
Correct. And for a bonus point, how many goals?
1,254.
There we go. 2 points. Well done. All right. Who has played the most games?
Day.
Tuck.
It's a multiple choice question. I'll read it all out if you like. Michael Chuck, you've gone. That'd be wrong. Who has played the most amount of games at the Hawthorn Football Club out of these 3 players? A, Shane Crawford, B, Luke Hodge, or C, Sam Mitchell?
Sam Mitchell.
Correct. And for a bonus point, how many games do you think he's played?
305.
Do you want to have a go, Wes?
320.
307. All right, but you've got Sam Mitchell, so there's 1 point there. All right, 3 questions to go. Score, please. 8 versus 7. Thank you very much. Who won Hawthorn's Best and Fairest in 2024?
Wes. Duke.
Yes. Joe Newcomb. Well done. Which Hawthorn player received the most amount of votes? Nuke. Well done. Bonus point, how many?
22.
No. Have a go, Wes.
24.
Spot on. All right, where are we? 10 versus 9. Last question. We're either in for a draw or we're going to get an eventual winner. First one in.
Wait, what was that?
Just cut through this. Which Hawthorn player received an All-Australian selection? Day.
Maury.
There it is. 10 all. How's that? We'll go one more question because I want to try and see if we can actually get who has played the most amount of games at the Hawthorn Football. Wes.
Tuck.
There you go. We have a winner. Well done. Winner. There we go. 11 versus 10. Is that correct? $100 gift certificate at Hamper World, all right? So that hamper there, you can go over to Hamper World and pick that up, 372 Moreland Road in Brunswick. You've won yourself a hamper, $100 worth. You don't go away empty-handed. Look at this. Oh, that's good for footy football. All right. Well done. Thanks, guys. Well done. That was beautiful. Well done, guys. All right. Brian, get ready, mate. Warm up. Here comes your first one. Your time is going to start with your first one. I'll ask you both when you get up here, your chance, put your microphone right here, okay, so I can hear you. And that way, as I said, if you don't know it, just pass. Here comes your first one. Your time starts now. Number 9. Pass, mate. Pass. Chankleworth Giath. Number 2. Pass, mate. Mitch Lewis, number 44. Pass, mate. All right. That was Henry Hustlewaite. Number 4.
Impey.
Yeah, Jarman Impey. Well done. All right, you're off the mark. Number 23.
Josh Weddle.
Oh, good. Don't get that one wrong. He's right next to you. Number 20. Number 8.
Sam Frost.
Yes, correct. Number 12.
Will Day.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Oh, there you go. All right. Total score of 4. Hey, put your hands together. That was great. You can blame that one on Alyssa, okay, Brian? All right, if nobody else appreciates it. But that was not a bad score. No, it's the worst we've had. Louise, you're up. Yeah, same applies to you. 45 seconds on the clock. Your time will start with your first one. Let's see how you go, all right? Here comes your first one. Number 16.
Massimo Ambrosio.
That's correct. Number 19.
Jack Gunston.
Correct. Number 13.
Dylan Moore.
Correct. Number 26.
Brody Ryan.
Correct. Number 17.
Lloyd Meek.
Correct. Number 27.
Pass.
Pass. Will McCabe. Number 30. Pass.
Pass.
Sam Butler. Number 32.
Finn McGuinness.
Correct. Number 5.
James Warple.
Correct. Number 1.
Harry Morrison.
Correct. Number 11.
Connor Nash.
Correct. Number 3.
Jai Newcomb.
Correct. Number 34.
Watson. Nick Watson.
Nick Watson, correct. Number 28.
Pass.
Cameron McKenzie, number 31.
Connor McDonald.
Correct, all right. 12, yes! Well done. Louise, Brian, that's how you play, all right? Well done. Louise, congratulations. We don't have any winners or losers, though. You'll be grateful for that, Brian. We're going to give you both a football, and the boys will probably sign it for you after the show. Louise, congratulations. Well done. You are our winner. Thank you, guys. Well done. Beautiful. All right. Nice to see you. If you'd like to be part of the live audience at any of the That's Good Footy panel shows that we do moving forward, get onto the website, which is www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events, because it's always better live, isn't it? Yeah! And this gentleman, you saw us on C31 and now you've come down and seen it live. Better on C31 or better live? There you go. All right. Our next show will be at the Mulgrove Country Club. It's a Collingwood show. Thought you'd like that. With Tim Membry and Harry Perryman, two lads traded in the off-season to their new club. I'm looking forward to chatting with those boys. That will be held on a Tuesday night, December the 17th. Then on December the 18th, which is the Wednesday night after that, it will be our last show for 2024. So we're going out with a bang. We are heading to the Italian Sports Club in Werribee for a night with Dane Swan and Heath Shaw. That could go literally anywhere. Then we are back in 2025 with some great shows already lined up. We have some awesome talent to boot. What do you reckon we get these boys back on next year? I need you to check with them privately. Would you boys come back next year?
Yeah, lots of
All
fun.
right, here you go. It just stays in these four walls, all right? That'd be great to have you guys back because I bloody loved it. Remember, when you purchase your tickets, you can only do so through the That's Good Footy website, blah, blah, blah. If you'd like to take this opportunity, I would, to wish you all a very happy and safe, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whichever religion that you're into. All I wanted to do is just say that I hope you have a lovely Christmas and a good New Year. Thanks to everyone that's been part of the shows this year. One of my favourite people to be part of the show, two people, because there is only three of us that do it. One of them's down the back. His name's Sam. He's fabulous. He puts it all together. Love you, mate. Bree, you have a great Christmas as well. And look at this, the lovely Sandy. Look at that. Please put your hands together for her. And while you're feeling in all that old loving and jovial mood, could you please put your hands together for Josh Weddle and Will Day? How good have these two been? All right. Guys, I'm going to leave the last word up to you because I've done enough talking for tonight. Thanks very much for both of you being available and coming down and being part of it. Your first experience, your first foray into a That's Good Footy panel show, if someone was to ask you, what's a That's Good Footy panel show like, what would you say?
Oh, pretty relaxed and a lot of fun as well.
Good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, bit of fun and see everyone's faces and whatnot.
Beautiful. How much you're looking forward to seeing all these people in 2025 get along to the games?
Very excited. Yeah.
I know you boys are chomping at the bit and very hungry to get out there and start playing. I wish you all the best. Have a really lovely Christmas and New Year. Go into the pre-season, enjoy the pre-season games. I know you can't wait for round one for that to kick off. I wish you all the best, as you all do. Good luck for 2025. This has been the That's Good Footy panel show. My name is Damien. Thank you for coming along, everyone. We'll see you next year. Cheers and good night. Thanks, everyone.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for every night.